Good morning, everyone. We're into 2022. It's a brand new year. Hello, Austin. How has it been 2 days into it?
2 days into it. It's been nice. It's been a really relaxing kind of break. We were able to take some time off and just chill out a bit. So that's been awesome. And yeah, 2022 is off to a good start. First day of trading, first day the markets are back open this year, and starting off on a relatively positive note. So that's always good to see.
Yeah, everyone's kind of really back in the swing of things after New Year's and really paying attention. It's going to be a bit of a chill week. That's why even today we just want to come on and say hi and just kind of get people prepped for what to expect in January and moving forward. But yeah, we're gonna, I've got pretty big I'm anticipating a great year this year. We've seen a lot of movement, both in that Goliath, NG Energy, DME had a bit of a push up. GMG is looking great. So the stories that we've been following from last year, a lot of carryovers that are going to, we believe, have strong potential for the future as well. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be new stories. There's going to be new sectors. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to look at, and we will put out a video on kind of what we talked about last year, and then how'd that do, and then also what to expect, and the what to expect or themes for the upcoming year or 2022 will only be for subscribers, but the other stuff we'll put out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do kind of a bit of a year in review recap and a projections for the year ahead. And of course, we'll have another newsletter coming out in February as well for people to stay tuned to, which will have a lot of our newer picks and some exciting new companies that will be coming on board early in 2022.
Yes, there's quite a few that I've been very fortunate to be involved in and look at that will be IPOing and stuff. So there's a lot going on, and it's not just us. I mean, I know it's going to be challenging once again. So I always have to be cognizant that for a lot of people, 2021 was hellish. It was devastating. It was very difficult. And 2022 will still be, for many people, it's going to be challenging. But if we just keep things to the market kind of sector, if we look at from JP Morgan, their kind of global thematic, research, or the chief global market strategist, they say that in their view, they expect this year there would be a full global recovery, an end to the pandemic, and return to normal conditions, and a strong cyclical recovery, a return to global mobility, and strong growth in consumer and corporate spending, within the backdrop of a still easy monetary policy, because we'd known that we'd heard that the Fed was going to keep printing money, honestly, because they don't really have any other option at this point that I can think of. So they remain positive on equities, commodities, and emerging markets, negative on bonds. Yeah, I mean, the negative sovereign debt is still incredible. We haven't gone into the kind of the downside on the debt side of the world, but commodities, I mean, that's all mostly what we talk about here, is we talk about those building blocks that are going to create this green and clean future that we hear so much about, whether that runs in the natural gas, which is also used for creating food, or it's phosphate, or whatever. We're looking at interesting plays that people have a unique upside opportunity, and that theme, I mean, is going to run through 2022 as well. We don't see anything major from our deviation of our longer term strategy than this year. I think we're going to see a lot more of the companies kick off that would have last year, except that the supply chain, the lack of employment or lack of wanting to go back to work, slowed things down, as well as all of the government mandates. So we shall see. There's things still up in the air, but certainly JP Morgan seems to think that we'll be back to the races.
Yeah, and I think things will be trending in that right direction as well. I saw an interesting piece earlier today talking about Tesla, and we know, obviously, we talk a lot about companies like Tesla and electric vehicles and all the bits and pieces that are needed to make a Tesla and actually get one on the road. Tesla's vehicle deliveries increased by 87% in 2021, which is a massive increase. It's up to almost 1 million vehicles. They're building another plant in Germany, which is expected to help them crack more into the European market. And I mean, obviously, we talk all the time about everything you need to make a Tesla, all the critical minerals that are necessary to do that. And if they're going to continue to see that kind of level of growth, they're only going to need more copper, more lithium, more phosphate, more of all these critical metals that are helping shape the future.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought of this too. I'm going to bring in a little pop culture into this because so many friends over the holidays had asked me, Andrew, did you watch that Netflix movie, Don't Look Up?
Oh, man.
So, no, I'm going to just keep it lighthearted. I'm not going to talk about the movie. I don't want to be a spoiler alert. But what's interesting is that part of the whole story, there's mining in it. So for it to be literally like vernacular that they're talking about, like rare earths and the metals that created for the future are in this asteroid, and I'll leave it at that as well, that they want to mine. For that to make a mainstream major picture movie, to me, is a very good sign. It's this. If you want to convince the public of anything, the best way to do it is through TV shows and movies, and you insert the ideas that you want to promote, and you just keep on promoting them there until people just accept them. Like, oh yeah, mining's great. So for them to just start off with that, I see that as a huge plus up.
Yeah, it's definitely being used to kind of get the idea into people's brains more of like, hey, there's actually a lot of these critical resources out there that we only have so much of and are needed to do everything. Yeah. So yeah, I know it was a cool little tidbit of information that they put in there, and along with a very interesting film, let's just say, for people who haven't checked it out yet.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, we won't do a movie review. I mean, mostly I found it a little bit unbearable, but it had a nice message at the end. But there was too many things that they're trying to promote that were misleading, to say the least.
Yeah.
But I just like that, because when they do those things, and they do it in almost every single TV show, movie you go back throughout history, they sneak ideas in. And even when you're a kid, you look back and go, oh, they were introducing that idea to me a long time ago. This is the main way you use propaganda nowadays, is you start inserting ideas into the media, the science fiction used to be, but now just TV shows, sitcoms, music. And that's how you get the masses open to certain ideas. So this is good, because if they start realizing we need to be doing this in order to have this, then that's great. And so as a theme moving forward, I mean, we see this interesting new discoveries, whether it's with graphene, how we can use hydrogen, you name it, things transforming, to create a lot of the new things that we need. And that's very interesting. And to me, that's the tech part that's more compelling than, say, we created a new app that does something. I'm like, I don't need another one. Like, we got 50 million music apps, 50 million social apps. I don't need another one that does something slightly different. That's a zero value to me. It might make money and it might do something else, but to me, that's not a benefit. It's seeing some of these really cool technologies that are being applied, say on an industrial scale, to make batteries faster, better, smarter, you name it, lighter, faster, stronger, whatever. So we're going to see a lot more of that. And you see, even in I like a lot of these scientific journals, is that the improvements and the innovations in physics and whatnot are really starting to help, even in the energy sector. And hopefully we're going to see some real interesting things, and we'll be sure to mention them here off and on as well.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it's trending to be a massive year for kind of industrial innovation and things like that. So it'll be very intriguing to kind of pay attention to what different companies start rolling out with different ideas, different new ways of doing things. But definitely going to be something to keep an eye on for sure in 2022.
And now you're going to be looking at a newer, not even, well, I guess it's newer in the grand scheme of things, but you've put some effort into already a sector that has some promise as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to be really gearing a kind of a new focus for us as we move through the year on kind of the gaming industry in general, and that'll encompass everything from actual gaming in the sense of video games themselves, developers and promoters, advertisers for video games, right through different revenue streams and how kind of that operates, what different ways there are to make money in that sector, into actual like gaming is in sports and sports betting as well. Kind of put all that under one umbrella, kind of really show people the different avenues that there are to make money in that sector, and different exciting companies that you can get involved with along the way. So I'll be kind of leading that up. I'll be educating you and educating everyone else as best as I can on the different types of gaming that are out there, and all of the exciting opportunities there are to make money in that sector.
Great. I know, because I've interest in that. I know that it had a rougher year last year. It kind of fell out of favor, that people weren't as excited about it, but that's very temporary. I there's so much upside in that. And until people really take a look, like I had to go take a look and to be really convinced to see like how enormous this really is. And it's like, even like going to, and here's what hurt, was that you couldn't go to some of these conferences and shows or world championships. And people think, oh, well, it's just like going to an NFL game. Well, even nowadays, the NFL game is a spectacle. Like, you're going because Aerosmith is going to play, or someone else is going to, Madonna's going to be singing. I'm totally aging myself right now, but there's going to be a big halftime show. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be this, that. Is you're going for the entire event. And with gaming, it's no different. These things are like 2-3 day festivals it's huge. So you're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff like that, kind of walk us through, but there's a huge potential there. And I think this is good timing for me to learn. So you kind of help educate me a bit, and we can see who out there looks like they're interesting, to start maybe putting our fingers and toes into.
Yeah, so it'll be really exciting. I'm excited to kind of learn more as well myself as I kind of go through it. I've got a good handle and concept on it. Obviously, people might remember from my time with the score and that stock and how everything performed with that, and its acquisition by Penn Gaming and stuff like that. But continuing to dive into that space and continuing to find some really cool and exciting stories and opportunities.
Excellent. Well, like I said, we're really looking forward to 2022. Make no mistake, there's going to be lots of challenges, but that's where growth is, personally, emotionally, as well as for your portfolio. So we never shy away from that. We always go through it, and we stick to our model. We're confident in the year ahead. Of course, there's always going to be things that come out of left field that you can't anticipate. The last couple of years has totally shown us that. You think one thing, and all it takes is one government intervention, and that could shut everything down. Things like that can happen. 5 years ago, you'd say that that's unlikely, but we're living in a world right now where literally overnight something could change, and that is disconcerting to people. But certainly, the feelings out there and the general consensus is that we're going to move on from much of this, and the more people can focus then on where do they want to apply their time and money in order to achieve some of these big thematic goals that they want to see happen for the future. I want it to be greener for my kids. I want this, I want that. And that the best place to do that is in capital markets and finding companies that have good, authentic management, that hit their milestones, and that are in projects that you are passionate about. I look at it just as like if you're going to pick a charity that you're donating money to, is that you don't just willy-nilly pick one and just go, oh, here, take it. You want to make sure the money is being applied properly. You put the same care into, I really believe in this company, in this team, and what they're doing. And even then, if it doesn't work out, say the worst of worst happens, is you feel though at least you went for a noble cause. And if there's an upside, then that's a double bonus, because you've made some money, but also in a cause that you believe in. And that's part of how we view the markets. We're not agnostic. We've tied into a value plus an economic value type of theme and growth. But we're very excited. We're very optimistic. We think there's going to be a great year ahead for a lot of these companies. And we really appreciate your support and the growth we've had in the past year. And we certainly hope that it continues this year.
Yeah, we're really excited to see what the year ahead has in store for us. And again, like just to reiterate what you mentioned, really thankful for all the support that we've been able to get so far on this journey through a rebrand, through me coming on board. It was an exciting first year for me. So really excited now to have year one under my belt, get into tackle year two. And yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. There's so many exciting stories and things we haven't even really been able to talk about yet that we know are in the pipeline as well they're super exciting. So we're looking forward to a great 2022.
Yes, and we just got a message there. Happy New Year, boys, from Jess. Jess, Happy New Year's to you as well. Yeah, hang in there. It's going to be a great year. Once again, make sure you want to reach out to us. We're pretty attainable. Like, I try to get back to every email that I get. I may not be able to get it done in the first day or two, but if you want, send messages out to me or Austin, and let's especially if there's a sector or there's a theme, or if you even have a show idea. Hey guys, it's coming into RSP season, can we do something? Or could you have someone on? Anything like that. Listen, we'll if we can't make it happen, I'm going to try my best to try to. So we're very open to that, because we want to make sure that we're giving you guys the content that you want to see. We want this to be some education and the stuff we like, but also I want to make sure that we're covering a lot of the things that people think, you know what, I don't get a chance to ask my advisor, broker, consultant. So make sure you let us know. We're happy to look into it. And you know what, let's get in there together and face this new year and meet those challenges and do it together.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Happy New Year, Andrew. Happy New Year, everybody. And it's going to be a great year ahead.
Awesome. Take care, everyone.